Hey guys, Jonty Hikmet here. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, I wanted to speak about what happens when we overly focus on relaxation in the pain relief process. So, of course, when someone comes to me in chronic pain, if you're watching this and you have chronic pain, your objective, your overall objective is to find pain relief, is to find relaxation in some way. So naturally, when you do any of the tools that you're instructed to do, like meditations and journaling and community work and anything you're instructed to do, you're going to be searching for calm, for relaxation the whole time. You're constantly going to be looking for evidence that this is working, and the evidence you're going to be looking for is that things are feeling relaxed, I'm feeling calmer, there's no longer any pain right now. But in this video I want to speak about the danger, well, not the danger of that, the why it's not wise to do that, to look for relaxation in this process, at least not immediately, because the whole reason we develop chronic pain in the first place is, at least one of the biggest reasons, is because we're repressing emotions. And usually the emotions that we're repressing are not relaxing ones. They're not calm ones. They're things like anger, sadness, shame, disappointment, guilt, fear. Lots of fear we usually bury. And if all we're doing is constantly searching or trying to feel more relaxed, trying to feel more calm, we're going to be unknowingly repressing those emotions over and over again. So really, in the pain relief process, whether you like it or not, you're going to have to expose yourself to not so relaxing feelings. And if constantly you're searching and grasping for relaxing feelings, you're just going to be pushing away all the things that you need to feel, all the difficult things. You need to feel the difficulty. You need to feel the challenge. So a typical opportunity for you to witness the extent to which you're grasping for relaxation is in a meditation. In a meditation, you'll close the eyes and you'll immediately notice things that aren't so comfortable. You'll notice you're restless. You'll notice you don't really want to be meditating. You'll constantly want to open the eyes. You'll be full of doubt. Fear will arise. You'll feel some sensations in the body, perhaps your pain that you don't like. And constantly you'll notice yourself trying to relax yourself. You'll notice yourself shuffling around. You'll notice yourself trying to slow down the breath. And this isn't a fault of your own. I mean, a lot of meditation instruction is to try and calm yourself down. A lot of meditations are to try and relax the breath and to find calm and to find peace. But in the pain relief process, that's not what we're trying to do. We're using meditation to access emotions that we usually bury. So if during the whole meditation you're feeling this discomfort and all you're doing is trying to calm yourself down, trying to find peace, you will be resisting and preventing yourself from feeling the very things you need to feel in order to get relief. Because the purpose of using meditation in the pain relief process is to sit with that discomfort. Is to be in a meditation, notice that there's tension in the body, notice that the breath isn't so comfortable, notice that there's fear, and to do your best to go, okay, I can feel fear. I'm going to let this fear get bigger. I'm going to just be with this sensation, let it be here as long as it needs to be. I'm going to let it get as big as it needs to be. All right, I'm feeling restless. I'm going to just let restlessness be here. All right, now I'm feeling a lot of anger. It feels like I really want to punch and scream, but I'm just going to let it be here in the body. As best as you can, that's the objective of meditation in the pain relief process. And I say as best as you can because over and over again, you're going to notice parts of you instinctively trying to relax those things, not liking the fact that the fear is getting bigger, not liking the fact that the tension in the body maybe is expanding in some way. And you've got to teach those parts of you, those parts that are constantly trying to relax, you've got to say, I get why you're trying to do it. I get why we're searching for relaxation. This is how we spent our life. This is everything that we want right now. But just for the purpose of this meditation, let's not try to relax. Let's just let things feel chaotic. Let's let things get bigger. Let's let the fear get bigger than we've ever let it get before. Let's let rage just occur in the body, bigger than we've ever really allowed it to do so before. And if you're not aware of this, if you're not aware of the fact that you're constantly trying to relax, what will happen is, let's say, anger or restlessness will start to arise in a meditation. part of you will come in to try and relax it, and you'll be slowing down the breath, you'll be shuffling around, you'll just be constantly looking for calm. You will be preventing yourself from not only letting the rage truly be here, but also any other follow-up emotions that need to be here as well. It could be that as soon as you let yourself fully feel rage, then sadness will join the party. And then you'll finally have a cry that you haven't let yourself have in ages. But if you're feeling rage and you're just trying to relax it, the sadness will never come through. Repressed emotions means you're burying emotions unconsciously. Suppressed means you're burying them consciously. So in order to access the repressed emotions, the emotions that you've buried unconsciously, you have to let the rage or whatever it is, the fear, really rise. You have to teach the parts of you that are constantly trying to relax. You get why they're here. It makes sense. It makes sense that maybe they're even afraid to go inside. But let's, for the purpose of this meditation, even for the purpose of this journaling, let this rise up. And only when you can really start to expose yourself to it, let it rise up, will all the other repressed emotions that are buried start to come to the surface and be felt. It's not going to be comfortable. It's going to be tears that maybe you haven't cried in a long time. They're going to come up quite strong. I keep mentioning rage. It's going to be anger, the likes of which you've never really felt in the body. But this is what you need to feel. Why do you need to feel these things? Because this is what the nervous system needs you to be able to feel safe with, needs you to learn how to be okay with. And trust me, I've gotten over my chronic pain. I had to go through this process. I've helped so many people get over this process as well. Emotions don't kill you. Parts of you that are going to fear the emotions, that are going to try and relax the emotions, they'll think that the emotion will kill you. They'll think this fear is going to get so big, it's going to last forever, it's going to take over, my life is going to be ruined. That's going to happen at the beginning of this process a lot. But I've been down to the bottom of my subconscious so many times now, feeling emotions I never thought I would feel. Sexual shame, disgust, disappointment, rage that felt like I was going to explode. You feel it, you feel it, you feel it. You really allow yourself to be in it, to get as big as it needs to. It rises, it falls. I've said on previous videos, the reason why people eventually find themselves in therapy is because they still don't feel safe enough to truly expose themselves to the full life cycle of an emotion. I'm telling you right now that when you really go deep enough with emotion, it rises and falls. But you may be watching this thinking, no, that's not true. Whenever I let myself try and feel an emotion, it just stays. That's probably, why people eventually find themselves, I did, with some sort of supportive mentor that can help you really sit with the life cycle of an emotion, let it get as big as it needs to in a safe space. So that's all I wanted to share today, really. Again, not the danger of constantly searching for relaxation, but the problem with doing so is that all you'll be doing is constantly preventing yourself from feeling the very emotions that you need to feel in order to get relief in the long term. I'm not saying that you're, just never let yourself feel relaxation again, just feel discomfort and that's your life now. The more you sit with discomfort, the more you learn that it rises and falls. Like I've said on previous videos, the more you witness changes occurring. And then on subsequent meditations, journalings, whatever it is, when you're sitting with emotions, you'll have more confidence to sit with the emotions that you usually wouldn't have sat with. And the more confidence you have to sit with an emotion, the more you'll notice it feels a bit easier to be with. And the more easier it feels to be with an emotion, the more the byproduct of that is relaxation occurs. Relaxation will occur not because you're trying to force it, not because you're constantly grasping for it, not because you're constantly looking for it, trying to figure it out. It occurs because you finally let yourself just surrender and feel. The analogy I often use is internally, imagine that you're on a little boat and someone that's constantly trying to relax. They have the oars, they have the paddles on either side of the boat, and they're trying to constantly push themselves in the direction of relax, slow down the breath, calm the body. They're forcing their experience. Someone that fully surrenders, throws the oars out, lies down on the boat and lets the kind of river or the body of water internally take them wherever it needs to take them. Sometimes it's going to take them down a path of lots of rage and they just go, okay, and then it brings up a lot of fear. Okay, I'm going to let a lot of fear be here. They just surrender. And the more that they surrender in the meditation and in life, the more they'll notice, as big as things get, I can be with it. I've seen these things get big and then pass, I can be with it. That teaches the nervous system there's no longer any need for pain. Because now energy isn't stagnating. Jonty isn't forcing himself to feel different ways. He's letting himself feel this way. So the nervous system goes from being gripped and giving you pain to releasing. The releasing of that nervous system is what gives you lasting relief from pain. It's what relaxes the digestive system and lets the IBS move. It's what loosens the grip on your back and the back pain goes away, the pelvic pain, the migraines. The anxiety and depression, that's also an energetic imprint in the body. When the nervous system loosens its grip because you finally allowed yourself to feel, and you've allowed emotions to get as big as they need to get, you're no longer relaxing, trying to relax all the time. That loosens the grip on the nervous system, and then the pain doesn't need to be here anymore. So that's the video. Like I said, the problem of trying to relax all the time is that it prevents you from feeling the very emotions you need to feel to get pain relief. So you need to learn how to, in a meditation usually, in a journaling, you need to learn how to tell that part of you that's trying to relax, you get why it's here, but let's see if we can just be with this and let it get as big as it wants to. After the meditation, after the journaling, you can go on and, try and find comfort and relaxation in other areas of your life. I mean, I'm not telling you to never search for relaxation again, of course. Relax in your life as much as you can. But for the purpose of the meditation, the journaling, and certainly when you're in the pain relief process in particular, you're starting to teach the nervous system that yes, relaxation is great, but it's also okay to not feel relaxed. It's also okay to feel emotions we usually bury. Thanks for watching the video. Any questions you have about this, you can do so below in the YouTube comments. If you're watching this in my community, of course, I've probably posted this as a thread. Ask questions below. Otherwise, thanks for watching.